So, I used to work in Game, which is a video game retailer here in the UK, and there are a lot of stories that come out of working in a shop. One in particular that I'm going to talk about today is the time where we lost a Nintendo Wii. One thing you need to know is when I worked in Game, there were two guys called David. Me and, well, David. We used to do stupid things in that store. Anything to break up the monotony and the boredom of working for a shop. One day, Dave had the idea of building a castle, I suppose is the best way of putting it, in the storeroom. He made kind of an inner castle with PS3 boxes, and then he made an outer perimeter wall out of the Xbox 360s, and then I think he made even some more turrets out of the, what were they called? The Xbox Premiums, the one with bigger hard drives in them. And someone had built a papercraft prince from beautiful Katamari, and the prince, he sat proudly on top, and this castle, this with the wall and everything, stayed there for maybe 2-3 weeks. Our manager didn't seem to care that we built this model. Okay, so this was 2006, around December probably. It was the height of Nintendo Wii mania. Now, I don't know if any of you actually remember how big the Wii was when it came out, but you couldn't get one for love nor money. We didn't have a lot of Wii stock. You'd get hundreds of PS3s in and hundreds of Xboxes, but they'd only send us a very limited stock of Nintendo Wiis because apparently there weren't many in the countries. If we had even one in stock, they wouldn't give us any more. Which is stupid because often someone might come in and want to buy two. That wasn't a genuine possibility. And to that note, on the run up to Christmas, we had sold all our Wiis. There wasn't one anywhere in the storeroom, and people were, coming in and they wanted them. But the system said that we had one in stock. Head office were like, no, you've got to sell that one on your system before we give you any more. And we had people coming in. It's the run up to Christmas. Little Johnny comes in. He's like, Mummy, I want a Nintendo Wii for Christmas. Mum comes over to me and goes, David, I see your name on your name badge. Could you please go out back and fetch me a Nintendo Wii? And I'd have to reply, I'm sorry, we don't have any in stock. Well, I'm sure you haven't forgotten the castle. It turns out that Dave had built a dungeon into our little castle. So right in the centre, behind the perimeter wall, behind the facade of the castle, right underneath the prince who was guarding it from the top, was a lone Nintendo Wii, right at the bottom, sitting on a pallet. We had to deconstruct the whole castle before we found it, and lo and behold, it was there, like the Holy Grail. So we lost potentially about 2 weeks worth of Christmas sales on Nintendo Wiis, purely because we built a castle on top of a Wii. Needless to say, our manager told us we weren't allowed to build things out of consoles anymore, which is a weird and very specific rule, which I'm not sure anyone's had to follow in any line of work before.